I'll give it up. But the Quran doesn't address your terminologies, words of the street today. It doesn't talk about skunk and weed in the Quran. It talks about a word which entails everything that will come in time. It talks about khamar. Khamar isn't alcohol. Khamar is ma ghab al-aql. Whatever takes your mind away. So anything that takes your mind away, it becomes khamar, it becomes haram. But for those people who want exactly girlfriend-boyfriend relationship, I'll tell you where it is in the Quran today. The Quran says, وَلَا مُتَّخِذِي أَخْدَانِ. Surah Al-Ma'idah, the 5th chapter, verse number 5. Go and research it for yourself. Women who don't take boyfriends. That's the loose translation. So there it is from the Quran given to you now. That the Quran is saying, likewise the opposite is mentioned as well. Men who don't take women as their girlfriends has been mentioned inside the Quran as well. When this is a common trend in this society. Because they make us feel abnormal. They make us think that if you don't have a relationship, you're abnormal. أخرجوا آل لوط من قريتكم إنهم أناس يتطهرون. Take out the people of Lut because they want to be a purified people. Yes, we want to be purified. That's our natural deen. That's a natural way for man. Manhood isn't to fornicate and commit adultery. Manhood is to restrain yourself and control yourself. That's real manhood in the Sharia. So these people are trying to promote in our society, and Muslims as well, there's mafi haraj, there's no harm. There's love before marriage. The Sharia talks about love after marriage. When things break down, things get difficult, children come in the family, hardship of work, losing one's job, fitan that you find surrounded by, that's real love. This shallow understanding of love. My man buys me a rose. Rides me in his BM convertible. Takes me here, takes me there. Wallahi, some of you women, I just question your integrity at times. Kullu man habba wa dabba. Any man with a baseline drive past you, that's it. Where's your integrity? When real man, you find that the Quran preaches about that. Ar-rijalu qawwamuna ala nisa. Men are more dominant upon women because the word qawwama means to take care of the house. My man can't even wake up in the morning, you think he's a man. My man can't even work for a day's living. Lives off the dole, lives off the government. Robs people, is a crook. And then you think that he's a man? Real man is the one who takes care of his affairs, takes care of his house, takes care of his family, fends for them, and looks after them. And thus you find that this concept of free mixing, whereby I've studied the non-Muslims, more and more, there are thousands of institutes in America at the moment who believe in single-sex institutes. Because why? It achieves education. It achieves the purpose. Go to any school, an old school built in this area, throughout London, this country. You're going to find one exit that says quite clearly at the top, still engraved boys. Go around all the way to the other side, it's going to say girls on the top. That's a fact. So Muslims are coming up and saying, you know what, Sheikh, we need to have raha, we need to enjoy ourselves, we need to be mixing in our schools, in our educations, we need to have even ilm, knowledge at the moment. Look at these institutes. Men and women sitting next together, reading hadith, reading tafsir. Even today you go to Medina, many of the mashayikh at the moment, and tell me if I'm wrong, they don't take a tazkir from a woman except for behind a wall or a veil. Still even to this day. And even when some of the companion female women were in front of a blind individual, they said he's blind. Prophet said that you're not blind though. You could see him. Same concept of lust and desire can exist amongst them as well. So we want to believe in the real stability is to separate the sexes from right from the beginning to achieve the real goal And then finally we find is az-zina. That's the end. That's the end of the journey. Which many people have taken as something trivial. Your hair should stand up on end. Your heart should shake when somebody says to you, Wallah, Sheikh, I've done this today. Or what's the hukam of this? People find it trivial. People think there's no Murphy Haraj. There's no harm. It's no big deal. A real believer should feel that pain. Read about the companions when they done these actions. They were strong enough to say, whatever the Sharia says, Abu Bakr is ready to take that punishment. That woman who got stoned to death, when some of the blood went here, there, and some of it landed on some of the companions and they reviled her. Evil woman, evil blood in my face. What did the Prophet Muhammad say about this woman? The tawbah that she's done, if it had been spread over 70 men of Medina, it will cover all of them and beyond that. Oh, kama qala sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Meaning that she's ready to take the punishment that she's done. But yet we find today a loose environment amongst Muslims and a loose understanding. Do whatever you want to do and then go and get married. A destructive and an evil sin. Al-aynani tazniyan, the eyes commit zina. The hands commit zina. The feet commit zina. The tongue commits zina. The ear commits zina. And then the bodily parts actually go and commit the real zina. Is a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And you find that this has been mentioned amongst the major sins. Al-kaba'ir. قُلْ تَعَالَوا أَتْلُ مَا حَرَّمَ رَبُّكُمْ عَلَيْكُمْ. Come, let me narrate to you what are the haram things that my Lord has made upon you. Amongst the haram things that you find inside this verse, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الْفَوَاحِشَ مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَمَا بَطَنَ. Never come to any form of illicit behavior. Whatever is apparent and whatever is hidden. Any form of illicit behavior, never come towards that. قُلْ إِنَّمَا حَرَّمَ رَبِّيَ الْفَوَاحِشَ مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَمَا بَطَنَ. Say, my Lord has forbidden al-fawahish. Illicit behavior. Whatever is apparent and whatever is hidden. And then comes the golden verse in the Quran. Inside Surah Al-Furqan. Inside Surah Al-Isra. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا إِنَّهُ كَانَ فَاحِشَةً وَسَاءَ السَّبِيلًا. Never ever commit zina. Indeed, it is a fahish, an evil thing, and an evil way, an evil path. If you study this verse in great detail, the Quran doesn't say, وَلَا تَفْعَلُوا zina, don't do zina. The Quran says, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا zina, never ever go near zina. And that's what I began with, a deen of prevention. Clamp, nip the root in its bud, right from the beginning, not at the end. That's the verse of the Quran. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. Never ever place yourself, get close to committing an evil action like that. Because this is a sin which destroys you in this life and in the hereafter. Once again, what I began with, it destroys your integrity, your mind, your body, your soul, your wealth and your property. And likewise, min ashrati sa'a, that people will begin to fornicate openly on the streets as the signs of the day of judgment. And the diseases are clear. STD, AIDS, all types of unwanted children, abortion, is all clearly visible there. Because that's the pattern of life that they believe in. Everything that you find a menace to society goes back to its initial point. Their own studies have talked about the corruption in society at the moment is the breakdown of the family unit. Everything else stems from that. All the crime in this country in general is committed from broken homes and broken families. In general, single parents, no father to watch over them, to take care of them, to nurture them, to give them tarbiyah, to take care of them. And more the Muslims are following that same pattern of thought as well. Nobody to take care of the home makes you become a menace in society. The destruction of one's family, lineage, family disorder, warfare, and even what we find, not that I'm promoting it, honor killing as well.